What is going on, you guys? It is your boy Cyrus Obsidian here at Obsidian Games, here to bring you some more Yu-Gi-Oh content. So let's swing on in. So for today's locals, we thought about playing the bad guy role this time. We've been playing a lot of Shining Sarcophagus. I was like, let's step into the bad guy role and play Kashtira. And then I thought about it, didn't like it. So we're going back to Shining Sarcophagus. But we're kind of still taking on the bad guy role. So we're actually going to take a Floodgate approach to Shining Sarcophagus to see how well that will do. We've been attempting many different versions, profiles of the deck, and this is just another one of those cases where we're just going to try something, see how it works. If we don't like it, we don't like it. If it works well, it works well. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. So that's what we're here to do. Just keep trying things to see what we can do to improve this deck, or to see if, one of our older versions doesn't need to be improved upon. So without further ado, let me show you the deck profile, and then let's head out to locals to see how well we can do today. Hopefully we don't do too bad. All right, let me show you this profile that we are playing with today. Again, this is going to be like a little bit more of a Floodgate version of the deck. We'll see if I really like it. Also, if you do watch Team Samurai X1, this profile is definitely, I think, if I remember right, card for card copy. So we're trying out his version essentially. For the start, 2 Gandora, 2 Dark Magician, 3 Trio, standard that we've always been playing. And then we decided to, again, copy his profile, and he was playing 1 Silent Magician 0 and 1 Silent Swordsman 0. So we're giving that a try just to see how it works out. Following with the spells, 3 Shining Sarcophagus, 3 Future Silence, 2 Turn Silence, 1 Ties, and then our honorary Secrets of Dark Magic. Just to get us into Dragoon. Honestly, the spell lineup I definitely will keep the same forever, because you're definitely wanting the 3, 6, 9 opportunities into getting your Shining Sarcophagus. One of those 9 being, or 3 of those 9 actually being Shining Sarcophagus itself. And then aside from that, we're also still playing 3 copies of Pot of Prosperity, just because Pot of Prosperity gets us into everything and anything in this deck. And we are still playing the 3 copies of Super Poly, just because Super Poly is really great at breaking boards this format, even though this format is an Eternity format, it feels like. Hopefully it will come to an end soon, but we'll see, And then here's where we get into our Floodgate portion. So we are playing 2 copies of Dimensional Fisher, 2 copies of Secret Village of the Spellcasters, and then 1 copy of There Can Be Only One. I'm not a huge Floodgate person myself. The only Floodgate deck I will ever play is Dinomorphia, just because I find the deck fun. So I am just giving this a try. I don't know how much I will like it. In theory, it sounds nice. But if we run into the same problems of bricking like before, I'd rather brick on hand traps than floodgates, if you know what I mean. So, and then especially with this being a one-of, I don't know. But we'll see. And then our hand trap lineup is kind of the same still. 3 copies of Fisher or Shifter, 3 copies of Ash, 3 copies of Imperm with the 1 called by. I think these are the best hand traps. Effect negation is really key. I did drop the Veilers from last week just so I could play the Floodgates. So we'll see. We'll see if we end up seeing 9. It's pretty low for hand trap count. Extra deck is the same. So we're still playing the 1 Dragoon, then our Super Poly package, Yubel, Dragostapelia, Adagnister, Garura, and Mudragon. We did up our XE count this time, so we're playing 1 number 100 Numeron Dragon, and then 1, oh gosh, if I can remember, 89 Draglubion. I actually don't have the card. I thought I did, so hopefully we can find someone at locals that has the card and we can play it tonight. And then 1 number 38 Pope Harbinger, and then Typhon, just because Typhon's really good. And then our Link lineup, if we don't get the Draglubion, I do have a backup plan. It's not as good, but it is what it is. We are still playing 1 SP, 1 Nightmare Phoenix, 1 Selene, 1 Axis Code, 1 Underworld Goddess. Underworld just kind of is it's just in there. I don't know if we'll ever use it or even just make any of these links out of that, to be honest. But they're there, and if not, they're just part of prosperity fodder. If we don't get the Drogluvion, we will just put Lina back, since most people will either be playing Veiler or have some light monster of sorts. You know, if we're still sticking to the meta that we have seen at our locals, you know, we can take the Engraver off of this. So we'll see. And then our lovely side deck. So we decided to join the crowd and play 3 copies of Ghost Sister and Spooky Dogwood. We'll see if this ever comes up or if I even sided in. 3 copies of Book of Eclipse, because I think Eclipse really does work in this format. 2 Tactics with 1 Duster. Haven't seen a lot of back row stuff, so you know we're kind of straying away from that. But even if we do see back row, we still have an evenly matched to help clear it. And then D-Barrier. So yeah, Floodgates again, I know. But D-Barrier is definitely one of those really good cards where if you have it, you have it. If you don't, you kind of are boned, I guess. But D-Barrier is a good card. It's definitely shuts down a mechanic of the game. Unless, you know, you're a Link player, then it doesn't really matter. So, but we've seen a lot of different things at locals between Tenpai, Voiceless, U-Bell. So we'll see if that trend stays true. So yeah, this is our Floodgate version of the deck. Let's see how tonight goes. Round 1. Play against Whitewood's Toy Box. And I was not ready for this. Game 1, he goes first. He's able to set up his board. We had little to no interruptions. Come back to me. We had no interruptions, but we had all the interruptions thrown at us. So we couldn't really combo off into what we wanted. And board was, ended up taking it up. Game 2, we side in and break. Not a good start to changing out the deck. Oh man, but it is what it is. We might have 5 rounds tonight, this time. We'll see. Tonight is just not the night. Round 2, we play against... Why is it a blanking? Voiceless Voice. Jeez. And, jeez, game 1, we opened 2 pots, and some of the Shining Sarcophagus cards, and we just had the answers. Yep. Game 2, we bricked hard and just not a good match. So end up taking another loss. I swear, if I lose round 3, I'm out. This sucks. And you know, with the changes, you're hoping for better consistency, and we still play Trio at 3, Prosperity at 3, Future Silence at 3, and Shining Sarcophagus at 3. Should be at least seeing some sort of combination of 12 of those cards. But I'm drawing all the 1-ofs and the 2-ofs. No 3-ofs. So dumb. What are you gonna do? That's it. Experimenting with this version, with this build. We'll see if we leave it that way or if we change it back to one of the older builds. We'll see. Even that last round when it was rough. So, we play against Madolce. We've never actually played against the deck before in person. Definitely in olden days we have. Game 1 we go first, we're able to establish our board and just opponent can crack it. Game 2 we bricked hard and we're on top deck. Game 3 we were kinda in top deck, but not really. We at least had enough interruptions where we could hold off on a board and then establish our board for Dragoon and Silent Magician 0 for a game. So that's that. 1-2 right now with 2 rounds left. If I had lost this round, I would leave. And I'm still thinking about leaving. Deck's good, I promise. I don't know. I think just the way I altered it has definitely hindered its consistency, but even like in the past builds, it was still inconsistent. We at least had more interruptions going for us, whereas this build doesn't really have those. It kind of tries to rely on floodgates, which in my opinion, when you have them, you have them, but when you don't, it's hard. So you're being more reactive rather than proactive, but you're also not being active enough. But again, we're in a shift where we're waiting on a ban list, so who knows what's going to happen. But we'll see what the next 2 rounds present. Rounds 4 and 5. So round 4 we play against Dragonlink Pile, and we just got swept. Just throwing it out there, we just got swept. All the hand traps, the interruptions. There was some back and forth, but yeah, we got swept. We bet. And then round 5, we play against Tenpai, against a new player playing Tenpai, and we swept. In all fairness, we should not have won. Should not. But we did nonetheless, ending the night 2-3, not enough to top though. So, it is what it is, but I definitely did not like this build of playing Floodgates. I think we're going to go back to the more hand trap build, which is more reactive, or proactive, sorry, in the way we play, and I don't know, yeah, I think that would help a lot with what we were running into with tonight, just being able to have more hand traps and be a little bit more interactive in our plays rather than just being like, okay, and then floodgate our wins, you know? So, that's it for this local diaries, everyone. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think of this version of the deck. I honestly do not like it. Probably won't play it again. But yeah, I'll just pass it over to you.